This YCN segment is brought to you by M.J. Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome in, YCN Sports Talk, Jeremy Stout, and this week I'm joined by Rob Taylor, Executive Director of the Lebanon Area Chamber. Rob, thanks for coming in again.
Well, it's great to be back.
Yeah, you're back a couple times this summer for baseball season. Now we're in football season, and that's where we'll start with the Patriots. A good win, bounce-back win, obviously their first week against Kansas City. You know, it was painful. They didn't look good, but they did their homework over the week and a pretty big beatdown, 36-20 over the Saints on Sunday.
Yeah, I would take it as sort of a night and day performance.
Very
there.
much.
The first week out, they looked kind of flat, and it wasn't a great performance. But this most recent game, I thought was a great game. It was fun to watch. Brady was in really rare fashion. He had a monster first half. Was setting some records. Was just blowing it up.
Yeah, and that's a good point where you make setting some records. 3 touchdown passes in the first quarter. The only time Brady has ever done that in his career, and he's played for all these years, 16, 17 years, whatever it's been now. And you'd think he would have done that at some point with Randy Moss or Wes Welker. Never done that. Pretty amazing. And he won the AFC Player of the Week for this week, which sets the record over Peyton Manning for most times with that award. So everyone is saying, including myself, that Brady looked a little, I don't want to say he was bad, but he just didn't seem energized in that first game. And I'm not saying he's going to fall apart, but it was a good bounce back to see that.
Absolutely. I was very happy to watch that game and see the success that they had. I guess that one of the key takeaways, though, is I'm a little worried about our receiving core being banged up.
Yeah.
But you know how Belichick is. He's able to get the most out of everybody, even if he's got to bring somebody in that hasn't been on the team, and make them perform and deal with the injuries. I think he, as a coach, has probably done it better than anyone.
Right, and the big injury, obviously we know Edelman is out. Amendola's probably, I don't know when he'll play, but then Gronk going down with a little bit of an injury. And it seems like they might hold him out at some points of the season. Obviously, he didn't really go back in that game. That was kind of out of hand. They didn't need to. But I guess he would be the key, obviously. But you got Dorsett. Philip Dorsett played well. His first week, he'd only been there for a few days practicing, but then he came back and played well. I would imagine, though, at some point, maybe they'll bring somebody else in off the practice squad, sign somebody. But the running backs were getting involved. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a work in progress because this team, so many new pieces and new faces. But overall, pretty confident. Yeah,
there was a lot of good things to see there. There were some close plays that could have swung either way, but seemed like we were making the plays when we had to, and I watched some highlight film of it, and there were some passes that Brady made that were just phenomenal, and I just love when Gronk gets the ball, to see him in open field and see people miss tackles.
Right, yeah, that touchdown, he just drags him in. Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch him. I hope he stays healthy. We're all like this with him.
Right, yeah, okay, so let's move to the defensive side, and definitely some questions on that defensive side of the ball against Kansas City. They gave up a number of big plays, and we thought, okay, well, they'll fix that, but they didn't. So, and you see Malcolm Butler not playing some snaps. Yep. He's struggling. Stephon Gilmore continuing to get beat. Is that a concern, or is that, once again, just early season? They got to figure out some coverage routes. They got to figure out how to talk to each other to make sure they're on the right guy, or is that a serious situation?
Well, again, coaching staff of the Patriots, if you've seen the Do Your Job second version of that from the most recent Super Bowl, they're just so good at coaching up their players and getting the most out of everybody. It's a who's up next kind of thing, and it's a what have you done for me lately kind of thing. I know that's with Butler. Butler sort of, I don't think he even started this last weekend, and the other guy that came in to replace
Eric
him
Rowe
had a great game.
Yeah.
So I just have real great confidence in the Patriots and their coaching staff and their ability to get the most out of whatever they've got for talent.
Yeah, right. And they have the numbers. They obviously have some depth because, like you said, Eric Rowe coming in to back them up. So you're right. They'll be okay. And it's
the genius of Belichick.
Right. I mean, it's September. Genius. It's not December right now. So we are going to talk a little bit about this in our preview or in our picks, the Salt Hill Pub picks of the week. But let's just talk quickly. Sunday, they play the Texans. Seems to play the Texans every year. This year, Brady's on the team, though. He's starting. that defense scare you at all, the Texans, or is it, hey, they're back at home?
First of all, I just love J.J. Watt. I'm a huge J.J. Watt fan. What he's done for the people of Houston in the aftermath of the hurricane. What a guy. Tremendous athlete and just an absolute player. But I just think the Patriots have the Texans' number. I guess they're 8-1 against the Texans in the last 9 matchups. So it's really, I think, should be an easy win.
Right.
I think we're like 15 or 16 point favorites.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It seems like, the first game, tough start, then they've got kind of righted the ship. Now they go back home, and the Texans don't have much of an offense, so you probably won't have to worry about that defensively. But we'll get into our picks later in the show when we do our Salt Hill Pub Picks of the Week. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll talk some Red Sox. They're still clinging to that American League East, only a few games over the Yankees. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.